other players.
I am not gay. I am not gay.
Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
What are you doing?
Adjusting your breasts. You fainted and they shifted all out of whack. There.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's really ready to go. Okay, Cicely! Okay, Cicely! Okay, Cicely! Take me by the hand, take me by the hand. Okay, Cicely! Take me by the hand, take me by the hand. Okay, Cicely! He, him, they, them. He, him, they, them. Some people just call me Fluffy. What the fuck is he wearing? It's not Halloween. Fucking sizzling! Oh my god, am I bending the head? Oh my god, like that. Hey darling, you can smile more. That's what we fucking do. Fuck off! Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Yeah, she is all gangrenous. That's cute, you massive fucking soy cock. He, him, they, them. Superficial bollocks. He, him, they, them. Spider monkey fucker. Some people just call me Fluffy. Holy shit. Yard, 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 yard. It's Captain Gay. Yes, of course it's Captain Gay. Yard, 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 yard. It's really ready to go. You're some Hollywood horse bitch. Kitty fuck. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fucking sizzling. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, I'm gonna make wide your main balls. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, oh my god, like that. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, beat him into submission. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, yada 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 yada. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, you got me. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, so fucking crazy. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fuck off. Fire, fire, big pants flyer. One of them. So that went well. Let's move on. She's like, it's so. Oh look, what a coincidence. God damn, I hate this thing. I can't say the word tampon. Who? There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing. nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Current fucking day. Fuck off. We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda. Twat waffle. That's all you fucking are. Twat waffle. Fuck off. Fucking gender ambiguity. Fucking current day Californian shit. Cause that's all we fucking know. Cause we're boring. We're so fucking boring. You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. Fuck your immersion. Guess what? Fucking pronouns. You take everything we love and you just can't help. Shovel your bullshit fucking crap ideology into everything. Every single surgery fucking thing. Sir, wait. Are you ready?
Good afternoon. Oh, fucking hell. I've messed it up. Fuck.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. To afternoon tea with us. Hold on. Just gonna make, okay, yeah. Yeah, we're working. Woo. How is everybody doing today? Since last week, we have gone past Anoons, the 2-year anniversary of the Starfield rant. Yes, on Monday of last week, it was unbelievably the 2-year anniversary of the Starfield rant. 2 years. We're just going to have a little look. I mean, I did a video on it. A lot of you have seen it. Over 50,000. But I just want to check in. I just want to check in and go, hey, Starfield, how are you doing? You doing okay, bud? Are you doing okay? No. It's like the perpetual Make-A-Wish kid. I'm doing, got some vitamin water. What's a vitamin? It's vitamin. Shut up. Slap him across the face. You should have come to visit me, Dan. On your knees, begging. I had to quickly get him begging because when you say to Dan Vass, get on your knees, he's got something else in mind. He's gay. Okay. And yes, the perpetual state of the UK. I need an escape plan more than ever right now. I'm working on one, but it might be out of the frying pan and into the fire. So, this fucking place here is absolutely ridiculous. Look, right. Okay, guys, I get it. I do YouTube. I get it. I get spam emails all the time. They get filtered straight through on the spam folder. The spam folder, I just go in, click delete all, bang, it's all gone, right? But I just emptied my spam folder out this morning, and I've just clicked on now because it said there's one spam in, and I just looked at my one spam. Okay, just the title. I'm not clicking on it. Never clicking on these fucking things. And do you know what it said? No subject. Okay. And do you know what the first line of the email is that you can read? Because it says the subject. Would you fuck a senior citizen who lives in your local area? I am the senior citizen who lives in the local area. Fucking hell, you wankers. Got to do a little bit of that. Got to do a little bit of that. Oh, and after watching, by the way, Alien Earth this week was just a waste of time. It did a whole episode, and not just a regular episode. It was a long episode, like an hour and 10 minutes. It was about an hour and 10 minutes. And what was it? It was a flashback to what happened on the spacecraft that crashed on Earth that we already saw little slip. Boobies. All for what? All for what? All for a couple of a couple of literally tiny little bits of plot. Meanwhile, watch a shipload of absolute window lickers. Like the dumbest of the dumb people get killed. And I'm sorry, but when you're dealing with the dumbest of the dumb, you don't give a shit that they die. Because if we were meant to care about any fucker on that ship, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And no, so I went from watching that and being like, holy crap. But before that, I watched Peacemaker because it was only 37 minutes with credits. So it was just around 30 minutes this week. And I was like, that's pretty much all I can stomach. And it looks like, not an absolute, but it looks like the parallel world that Peacemaker goes into, has been going into, where his older brother's still alive, where his dad's like a nice guy. It looks like it's the world of racism because there's only white people around. So it looks like all the black people, the brown people. Can you say yellow nowadays? I don't even know. It looks like they've all been round up and maybe they're in the gulags or something. And there's a terrorist organization, which is full of white people, of course, because it's just white people here. And they're called the Sons of Liberty or something. The Sons of Liberty. And I'm thinking, are they fighting for equality? And they're not really terrorists after all. But yes, but this is the thing. We'll get into this, right? But this is the weird thing. So the way it looks like James Gunn is pushing this world is that it's sunny, people are nice to each other, it's clean. So we've got this idyllic world. But you see, how can it be idyllic when it's not multiculturalism? And you just like, but you've made it idyllic. You made it idyllic. So yeah, we'll get back to that later. Oh dear goodness. Not for long though, because holy crap. It is. I hate that show. I do. I absolutely despise it. It is the most unfunny thing that I have ever watched. You can tell that James Gunn's just gone, improvise, go, improvise. And it's garbage. And this bird blindness, I'm not even calling it a joke because it's not even fucking funny. But this bird blindness thing that they want to push as funny is the most unfunny thing imaginable. I suffer from bird blindness. He gets attacked by Peacemaker's eagle. I got attacked by a duck. Okay. Okay. We're going there, are we? We're going there. Ah. I got a great little tweet. I just want to bitch about the UK for a quick moment here. Okay. I got a great little tweet. This is our former deputy prime minister had to resign this week. She didn't want to. She didn't want to because she wanted to continue being a piece of shit. But she was forced to resign due to tax dodging and trying to play the I'm a working class person while owning multiple houses and all, the typical kind of elite bollocks. I'm one of you little tiny fucking plebeian pieces of shit. That's how they speak, isn't it? Now, this is the guy who's now taken over as the next deputy prime minister of the UK. Now, I'm not expecting people here to be Sherlock Holmes. All right? I'm not expecting anyone to be Sherlock Holmes. But I just want you to pay attention to what the guy is saying. And then I want you to pay attention while he's saying this to what's on the screen. Okay? And then if you see it, I want you to put in the chat what you think the slight problem is with what he's saying. Okay? Can we play that game? Is he black? Of course he's black. So let's play the little game. So let's have a look now, shall we? So let's now listen to what he's got to say.
If it feels like neighborhood policing has vanished, it's not around you.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a police while I've been here, and I've been here for a little while now.
Oh, I know, right?
If it feels like neighborhood policing has vanished,
yeah,
it's not around you.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a police while I've been here, and I've
look behind you. Look behind you. Maybe he does. Maybe he suffers from James Gunn's police blindness. Oh, I'm sorry. I suffer from police blindness. And the thing is, right, this guy, there's probably police to his left, there's probably police to his right. That's where we are in the UK now. And this guy, who, by the way, hates white people. Hates white people. Hates them. Is the new deputy prime minister. Woo! I tell you what, with all the protests going on in the UK, I cannot see Labour getting too far further without an election having to be called. But they'll try and hold on to power for as long as possible. But Starmer is without any doubt, the most useless prime minister to ever grace the UK. And that's saying something, because over the course of the last 10 years or so, we've had a revolving door of wankers. Conservatives are a dead party. Labour's a dead party. Lib Dems are a dead party. The Green Party's turned into fucking poison ivy. No, he's worse than Liz Truss. He's worse than Liz Truss. Worse. Yeah, it's just an absolute revolving door of puppets. Nobody wants the job. Nobody wants it. Why? Why would you? You're just a puppet. Starmer's there with the WAF's hand right up his fucking ass, exactly where he loves it. Oh, we are screwed. But I tell you what, if there is a general election called, I will be voting. And it won't be for Conservatives, and it won't be for Labour, and it won't be for the Green Party, and it won't be for the fucking Lib Dems. Anyway, let's start. Hey, that's enough. That's enough UK bitching for now. Oh, dude, I just want a quick, cool 50 mil dropped on my doorstep, tax free. And just to get my ass, just move over to somewhere like Poland or Japan. Just Japan. Go to Japan. Live in Japan. You know. Holy. And I tell you what, folks, because I was out of the country recently for a few months. I was out of the country. The Japanese Prime Minister resigned today. Okay. I was out of the UK for a few months, remember? And it's so weird because you hear about how terrible it is in other countries, and I tell you what, where I was, I felt like I was in a different world. Yeah, South Korea, maybe, dude. Maybe South Korea. That'd be a nice one. South Korea would be pretty cool. Maybe I'll get picked up for some Squid Game. Maybe I'll get picked up for some Squid Game. I don't know. So yeah, it's getting rough here. It's getting rough, man. Oh yeah, we've just hold on. I gotta show you one more thing. I gotta show you one more thing. So here's the UK's new foreign secretary. This is the UK's new foreign secretary, a Pakistani Muslim who was sworn in on the Quran, and who said that the most important thing to her is Islam. And she's now responsible for the UK borders. So I'm sure that the UK borders are going to be absolutely secure and well, you see, King Charles the cucked. I hate that fucking man, by the way. King Charles, fuck him. Removed Defender of the Faith. And now it's Defender of the Faiths, plural. Yeah. UK is gone. 28 days later, by the way, that's not about zombies. That's just about the fucking UK citizens trying to escape from the grape gangs. But yeah, we don't chat. Yeah, I could get myself into a lot of trouble by simply quoting statistics of how certain crimes have gone up in the last X amount of years or so. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, though. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, and I guess we're just all racist or something. I don't know. But there's a difference between assimilating into a country and trying to assimilate the country. There's a slight difference. And here's a quote from the new Conservative leader, by the way, Kemi Badenoch. who's a wonderful person, I'm sure. If people don't like the way I'm running the party, which is like a leftist organization now, they're welcome to leave. Well, so we're now got our politicians quoting Kelly Sue DeConnick. If you don't like my politics, which are far leftism for conservatives, don't buy my book. So are the conservatives an option, a choice? No, not even close. Not even close. Here's a little gag, but it's true. What's it like living in the UK? I can't complain. That's good. No, I mean, I can't complain. I might go to jail. I might go to jail. So true. We are living in 1984 right here, right now. Bloody hell. Can't afford housing, can't afford fucking bills, can't afford fucking food. But all our taxpayers' money will go to putting doctors, nurses, scientists, brain scientists, rocket scientists into hotels for free with free food, free phones, free. It's fine. It's fine. There's something very wrong with our country. Something very wrong. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Socialism. It only ends one way. Socialism, Marxism, communism. It's all the same fucking word. It's all the same fucking thing. When you reduce it down to its common denominator. It's the same fucking thing. Careful, ads, careful. You might get the knock. The knock. By the way, I quoted a stat from a few years ago. I think it's from 2019 that Russia had a total of like 460 something people who were arrested that year for posts on the internet. Meanwhile, in the UK in the same year, it was over 3,000. Over 3,000. Nearly 10 times more in the UK than it is in Russia. Now, I think it's gone over 10,000. It's crazy. People getting fucking the knock. Gren Lynham arrested at the airport by 5 armed policemen for tweets. We've got politicians from the US, from other countries, messaging the UK Prime Minister about the lack of free speech in the UK. Does he care? He don't care. He don't care. He's doing what his butt boys in the WEF tell him to do. As he no doubt takes copious amount of fucking bungs. You know? It's okay, people. It's okay. We're going more towards the I wouldn't even say to 40K, but that beautiful future in Star Trek. Yeah, that ain't happening. Not in this dimension. Not in this dimension. 12,000 people last year were arrested in the UK for naughty words. I'm 50 years old, chat. I'm 50 years old. The place that I live now compared to the place that I used to live when I was a kid, completely different worlds. Completely different fucking worlds. It's crazy. And it's not for the better. Anyway, that's a fun start. That was a fun start. Careful. Excuse me, sir. Are you saying poopy pants things about the Prime Minister, sir? Gonna have to put you in the gulag, sir. Gulag time. Good news. Let's not go full black pill. good news. Oh wait, I'll talk about Ontario. Ontario in Canada in a minute. Fucking hell. Good news though. Today we're going to be playing headliners again for Sunday Fun Day, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But do you hear in Ontario, in Canada, you're no longer allowed to fucking you're not allowed to defend yourselves in your houses. If somebody breaks into your houses, you're not allowed to defend yourselves. You've been told that you need to hide. You need to just let them do what they want to do. And you're now no longer allowed to have security cameras on the outside of your border, on the outside of your property. You're no longer. So now you're not allowed to have security cameras so they can't be identified. And if somebody breaks into your house, you're not allowed to fucking defend your property. So it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm trying to find the weirdo politician that was telling people to I remember when that guy put a massive pair of tits on himself and said, "I'm a woman now." He used to walk down the fucking streets with those massive knockers on a few years ago. Do you remember that? People could get away with that. People could get away with that. That was crazy. So there's a good reason why they want you to take your cameras away, and there's a very good reason why they want you to not protect yourselves, because they just want you to be fucking run over. They just want you to be run over. Yeah, the teacher, yeah. That just put the absolute massive cans on them, fake cans, and said, "I'm a woman." That was insane. Let's put remove cameras. Here's a little bit. Here's a little bit. Of course they want you dead. Of course they do. They want you first of all, they want you living in fear. And the reason, hey Jane, how you doing, sweetie pie? The reason why they want you to live in fear is because when you fear and there's nowhere for you to turn, where's the only place that you can turn? Daddy government. That's what they want. So that's why they want you living in fear. Because if you're living a good life, you don't need government. Hey, just butt out my life. I just want to live my life. But no, government's just like, come on. We want to be in everything. Here, look at this. This is bonkers. Here we go.
Week, Miles received an order to comply with the city's fortification bylaw, asking him to remove his cameras. The bylaw says homeowners are not permitted to view or listen beyond the perimeters of their own property.
A notice from bylaw, I thought, how could this be? Everybody has Ring doorbell cameras pointed at the street and city property, and my neighbors have cameras pointed at my house, and we all...
The city of Hamilton has confirmed the order to remove the cameras to CHCH News. Week, Miles received an order to comply with the city's fortification bylaw.
So your cameras are not allowed to view or record past the boundaries of your own property. And do you know why? Another reason why they're doing this? Apparently, the police have used this guy's footage because this area apparently is a bit crime-ridden, and they've used his footage multiple times, and it looks like this guy's causing the local government to be an embarrassment. So yeah, we gotta get rid of that. Because if you can't record off your property, then you can't solve no crime. You know, you can't have no footage. And of course, if you got footage, then of course that causes a completely different problem. Because if you got footage, there might not be the demographic that you want to actually put on the crime stats. Charles cannot be deposed. No. And he's he's been desperate to be king his whole life. So he's gonna hold on to this till he drops, unfortunately. Yeah, they literally want you to be the peasants in the mud. Because the middle class is being ripped out of society. The middle class is being completely ripped out of society. We've now got a working class and a fucking elite, and the middle class is being ripped out. The gulf between top management and basic level has just exponentially exploded. That middle fucking part has been torn. It's been torn away. So they want an elite and they want a pleb. No, that's Ontario. So I guess it's provinces in Canada, isn't it? It's provinces. I guess. Well, no, yeah. Can you put up high fences? But I bet you the council or the government, whatever, local government won't allow that. No. But I guess each province is different. Province and territory. I guess each province and territory is different. But still, that is insane. That is absolute insanity. Meanwhile, by the way, this is just how crazy this is. Meanwhile, it is perfectly legal to record in public spaces. Perfectly legal to record in public spaces, but you can't have a camera on your property which looks out onto, checks notes, a public space. Can you work that one out? Can you work that? Fucking hell. America, hold on to that Constitution for dear life. Particularly the First and Second Amendments. Hold on to it for dear, dear life. Because the moment they try to wrestle that away from you is the moment you're in the same boat as everyone else. Crystal Palace aren't playing today. It's the international week. Palace aren't playing until next Saturday, where they're home to Sunderland. And but my Crystal Palace kit. I got the away kit this year, the white with the stripes down it. My Crystal Palace kit just arrived in the post yesterday with "as" on the back. Yeah, boy. But yeah, this is you, America. I know you people are good people. You're my biggest audience, and I love you. But don't tell anyone I said that. And you got to hold on to that Constitution. You got to hold on to it like a rocking horse fucking shit. You really do. Oh, as a lawyer, I assure you they're trying their best to erase our Constitution bit by bit for the past few decades. Yeah, I know they're after it. I mean, they've been after the Second Amendment for a long time. And of course, they're going after the First Amendment because they want to introduce what the UK introduced, which is the Online Safety Act of 2023, which is a nebulous piece of fucking shit that just says things like hate speech. Hate speech? What is hate speech? Something you don't want to hear? Criticism? So that's what they want. If they get rid of that First Amendment, then they can try and trap you in with some nebulous fucking act of hate speech. And hate speech would be anything that speaks out. It's all sensorial shit. It's all sensorial shit. But that's what this fucking 40. 2 minutes. I said 41 minutes of fucking. No such thing as hate speech. They're doing that now with the fake anti-Semitism movement. But did I say that out and loud? No. I read your mind, Jane. Let it out as it is just so frustrating when you see these weak, pathetic plebeians running the country. They all, by the way, and they all come from the same background, every fucking one of them. Private schools. None of these people have a fucking clue what it's like to exist as a regular person in the UK. None of them. None of them at all. They have no fucking clue what it's like to be a regular person, try and get by, try and make some money. By the way, then the government just goes, hey, you know that money you made? We want all of it. We want all of it. Governments don't have money. People have money. Governments don't have money. The only way governments have money is by stealing from the people. Now, if areas were self-governed, because they're not, there's the illusion of self-government, but there isn't self-government. If areas actually govern themselves, then they could do things like get their fucking streets cleaned out, get their fucking roads fixed, all this kind of stuff. But no. We need a bureaucracy to do that, centralized in a place with a bunch of people that haven't got a fucking clue what it's like to exist. Because they're all coming from the same private fucking schools with the same fucking education, the same mummy and daddy money. Never struggled a day in their fucking lives. Never thought, where's my next fucking meal coming from? Never thought, how am I going to pay rent this month? How am I going to pay bills this month? Never had that problem in the slightest. And they want to tell you how to exist. This is how you should exist. This is how you should live. Remember when Paris Hilton wore that T-shirt that said, stop being poor? Do you remember that? Stop being poor. That just kind of sums up the gulf, the gap between never having a struggle a day in your life and reality. Why do people keep electing Nepo babies? There's no, because Jane, there's the illusion of choice. There's the illusion of choice, but there's no fucking choice. They're all the fucking same. And now in the UK, we don't even have a Conservative Party because there's nothing conservative about them. They're just as fucking namby-pamby liberal left wankers as the namby-pamby psychopathic liberal wankers that we currently have. Yeah, Guido Fawkes did nothing wrong in Minecraft, of course. Holy. It is. Yeah, it's one big club and you're not invited. But we have the illusion of choice and there is no choice. The people who run the Lib Dems are the same people who run the Conservatives, are the same people that run Labour. Even the fucking Green Party. They all come from the same fucking background. I say, Tarquin does one, and they're literally designed and fucking educated and bred to fucking run the country. There's no fucking working class heroes. There's no working class heroes that are trying to get themselves even reform or whatever you want to call, even reform or whatever name it goes by nowadays. come from the same educational background. Same fucking schools. The illusion of choice. The uniparty exists. There shouldn't be career politicians. Politics should not be a career. If you are elected into your government, your local power, your local authority, I 2 terms more than enough, and then you're out. You're done. But when you got a career politician, then that all that is ever going to do is breed corruption. That is the only thing that will ever do. Because if it's your career, the last thing that you want to do is solve any fucking problems. Because if you solve the problems, then you're no longer surplus to requirement. And the whole point of government is you need to be desperate to be required. Give people the illusion of choice. Give people the illusion of solving issues. Get into power. Do fuck all. Tweak an amendment here. Lower tax by a fraction of a penny here. Give the illusion of something happening and then it all gets turned around. All gets turned around. Well, you see, thank you for voting us into power. And we would love to do the things that we said that we were going to do. But unfortunately, the previous government has left the country in such a terrible, terrible state that we must enforce these laws and these rules in an effort to try and get us out of the terrible state that the previous government put us in. Proceeds to do fuck all, proceeds to get voted back out. Thank you for voting us back in. We will now have to try and fix the problems that the previous government did, trying to fix the things that we were doing to make Britain great or whatever. Round and round we go. Blame game. Blame, 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 blame. Nothing really happens. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. I'll tell you what, if there is aliens coming towards Earth right now, can they pick us up on the way past? Where you off to? Alpha Centauri. Got room for one more. Well, yeah, but we breathe carbon dioxide and not oxygen. It don't care, I'm in. We hear we hear constantly politicians talking about climate change. Remember when it used to be global warming, but then they gave up on that one because none of the fucking sea levels would rise. And so once again, we get the nebulous term of global warming. Of climate change. Because it's like the war on terror. Remember that one? You can't fight terror. Terror is an ideology. It's not a fixed person or a fixed thing. You can go to war with a country. You can't go to war with terror because terror will always exist as an ideal. But if you say something wishy-washy, profound, then it sounds so no longer is it global warming. It's now climate change. The history of planet Earth is about climate change. We've gone through ice ages. We're coming out of an ice age. We go through ice ages. We go through periods of greenhouse effect in terms of hot planet, blah, blah, blah. That's the history of the fucking planet. There's this huge drive about carbon emissions. We need to lower carbon emissions. We need to block out the sun to lower the temperature of planet Earth because carbon is in the atmosphere. Carbon's fucking everything up. Carbon dioxide. The thing that the things that plants and trees and everything breathe in to produce oxygen for the rest of us. It's terrible. What's the percentage of carbon? Chat. What is the percentage of carbon in the atmosphere? Can somebody tell me just approximately, what is the percentage? It's 0.04%. 0.04%. That is the percentage of carbon in the atmosphere. We have all of these things in place. Oh, we need to lower emissions. We've got these emissions. Cars need to lower their emissions and this emission and that emission and the other emission. Meanwhile, by the way, the country that's responsible for the vast majority of any of this, not that it fucking matters, is China. Why you've got people like the government and all their little cronies flying on their private jets all around the fucking world to go to environmental conventions, spewing more CO2 into the atmosphere, not that it fucking matters, than anybody, thousands upon thousands of millions of people wouldn't do in their whole fucking lifetime. But give the illusion that you need us for something. They're all fake. They're all fake. Hey, chat, do you remember the virus of unknown origin whose name shall not be mentioned? COVID. Do you remember that? Remember that joke? Do you remember when the politicians would be behind the scenes with no masks on altogether, having parties just there, even before they go onto stage? And then they were told, right, you got to put your masks on now. We're going live. You got to put your masks on, and then put the masks on to go live. And then as soon as that was off come the masks. Performative theater. The biggest land grab, the biggest fucking economic grab in the history of mankind. But we were killing grandma. If you don't wear your mask in the local supermarket, you're going to be killing grandma. Not that the local supermarket would be open, because we're going to close down everything. We want to keep you healthy. We're going to close down the gyms and make you order takeaways for the next 2 years. Support your local takeaway. Remember we had all those plastic barriers put between us? Remember how they wanted us to turn on our neighbors? Remember the hospitals that were overflowing with patients to the degree that everybody in the hospital was outside doing a fucking dance routine? Our hospitals are brimming for the people. By the way, this is an organized dance routine that we've done for the whole fucking hospital. Oh my God. Social distancing was pretty good for us introverts. The only social distancing I need to be is from fucking government. That's the only social distancing I need in my life. Away from fucking government. I'm sorry, sir. We're hearing that you're saying things that you don't like about government, sir. Can we take you down to the police station, sir? Have a talk with you, sir, about this, sir. This is not good, sir. Sir, we need you to love your government. You love your government, don't you, sir? Do you want to go just wait in room 101 for us, sir? Holy shit. And now we've got fucking Herr Starmer with a WDF's fucking hand up his anus. Destroying the UK fucking day by day. They want us, that's exactly what they want. They want us fighting with each other. The more we fight with each other, the more we're not looking at what they're doing. Norman, I'd be grateful, but judging by what the fuck's going on in Scotland at the moment, and besides the fact, I've also got a British accent, so I wouldn't live long in Scotland. And I'll just leave you this one last thing. When your government, when the government of your country says out and openly that the rights of the immigrants trump the rights of the UK people, then you know your country has been lost. Because if the rights of the immigrants trump the rights of the UK people, then it is actually the UK people that are the most at risk. It is treason, Gordon. It is treason. The government should fear its people, not the other way around. And it is tyranny when you have a government that says that the rights of the people who are coming into the country illegally trump your rights as a legal, tax-paying resident of that country. There is something terribly wrong with this country. It just came from the left, where it always comes from. It always comes from the socialists, inverted commas. Always. Anyway, please feel free to donate to the bail fund. The inevitable bail fund. But holy shit. This is not the country I grew up in. Not by a long shot. Holy fuck. It's crazy. It's crazy. Only a government that is afraid of the truth tries to censor the people from speaking. There we go. Let's just jump into a few supery duperies, and then we'll talk about some inane shit. Midnight has become a member of the channel. Midnight, thank you very much indeed, dude. Appreciate you. Roland the Wretched with a 50. Says, I'm going to drop my work persona for 1 week and express my concern for you and your fellow content creators in Britain. I don't want to find out that any of you ended up in prison for simply expressing an opinion. Stay safe. This is a test of emergency alerts, a UK government service that will warn you.
Emergency alerts, a UK government service that will warn you if there's a life-threatening emergency nearby. You do not need to take any action. In a real emergency, follow the instructions in the alert to keep yourself and others safe. Find simple and effective advice on how to prepare for emergencies at gov.uk/prepare. Visit gov.uk/alerts for more information or to view this message in Welsh. Uchai gov.uk/alerts am ragor o wybodaeth noi I weld y neges honan y Gymraeg.
Big Brother is watching you. Big Brother is watching you. By the way, my phone is on silent, so that surpassed my silent. So that overwrote my silent function on my phone. It's turned off. Bruh, I came here. Gary and Mauler in the chat. I came here at the second I got that fucking alert on my phone because I knew you were streaming. Boom. Big Brother's watching you. Big Brother's watching you. What would be the emergency, government? I have a question. What would be the emergency? Is the emergency somebody speaking some truth on the internet? Is that the emergency? Quick, get them shut down. Man, that couldn't have been more apt. That couldn't be more apt if that was the most perfect of perfect timing ever. Ever. I thought it was going to be an emergency alert. Emergency alert, somebody on the internet speaking an opinion. Emergency alert, somebody on the internet speaking an opinion. Quick, move into arrest, move into arrest, move into arrest. Holy crap, man. Yeah, there's a I don't know the date, but there's a big protest that's being organized. I'm not too sure when it is. Yeah. Let's carry on with this super before we were rudely interrupted by the government. And I'm not even kidding. I don't want to find that any of you ended up in a prison for simply expressing your opinion. Stay safe. Thank you, Roland. Getting more and more difficult by the day. Getting more and more difficult by the day. Ryan Welsh has been a member for 37 months. Ryan, thank you very much indeed. Dark Knight Rider with the $2 says, but who are the doctors and engineers in this world? Oh, they're the people who are coming into the country to add a huge benefit to your country by coming in and with their skill set of checks notes, rape. I mean, doctorate. MJO Skyver with a $5 says, can't wait for an inevitable Babylon 5 roundtable stream. Same goes for OG, Trek, and Buffy. You lads need catharsis through good writing, media discussion. We always have good discussions. We always have good discussions about good stuff. It's nice to have good. Robert and I used to do some great streams where we talk about shit that we like, TV shows. We did that wonderful series on The Prisoner, of course. We went through each episode of The Prisoner and we put it in the order that we thought it should have gone in because the episodes were higgledy-piggledy, as they say. we put them in the order that we believe those episodes should have been in. Mike N has become a member. Mike N, and we all know what the N stands for. I have a spare room for Az's action figures. I'll watch them while he's in prison. Oh, thank you, Garrett. It's so kind. You're too kind. Some wrong shoe with a £5 says, Az, the other day you listed your rugby injuries. What code did you play? Kick and clap? Or the true version, and what position were you striking as a hooker? Well, I was a hooker. I was a hooker, yes. That was my position in rugby. I was a hooker, and we played rugby union, of course, which was the proper stuff. What did I do? I broke my left shoulder. I broke that. I smashed my right shoulder and had to have it rebuilt. I've actually lost 40% mobility in the shoulder. Broke multiple fingers over and over again. Broke my nose. Did Az get the UK alert? Yes, live on stream. Live on stream, I got the alert just as I was shitting all over the government. Broke my nose, chipped my teeth. I've had teeth chipped and capped, torn ears. Luckily, didn't get them boxed ears. Torn ligaments. I when I smashed this shoulder and had to have it rebuilt, my doctor told me, he said, if you, and this is when I broke that when I was 17. This when I was 15, that when I was 17 and had to have it rebuilt, all the fingers and everything over the course of my rugby life. And the doctor said, when I had this rebuilt, he said, if you go back to playing rugby and if you break that again, you could lose a lot of mobility. You've already lost 40% in it. If you break it again, it might be pretty useless. So because I was 17, I didn't listen to the doctors. And I went back to playing rugby after it healed. I was in a full body cast, full arm cast, had to have a wooden pole holding my arm up like that as the shoulder reset after the operation. And I was like that for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. There's a lot of stink that develops in those 6 weeks. And I went back to playing. I think in about the third match that I returned to play in, I tore all the ligaments, tore the muscle here, and that was it. It was over then. It was over. So I had to retire from rugby at 17. And I ended up taking up cricket more full time then. So yeah, lots of fun. Big Dave K with a $2 says, I'd still love to see England. Should I wait some? No, it's a beautiful place to visit and get out of quickly. But it's a beautiful place to visit. Des Roma with a $5 says, do you want to go to an Asian country because you want to visit an engine factory? Oh, did you just say?
In my factory, many engine in my factory. If you need them.
That escalated quickly. Holy shit, that escalated quickly. Calioth has been a member for 20 months. Calioth, thank you very much indeed. MJ UK 84 with a 10 Australian says, for the Get Out of UK fund and back to chat's mum, in North Zealand. North Zealand, Zealandia, Australia, gonna stand Worcester on time. Yes. New Guinea. Middle-aged boomer with a membership for 5 says, what Alien/AVP games have you played? What was your favorite? Which would make the best TV show? I think Alien versus Predator 2, maybe Dark Descent, Hail, Gammonzilla. I don't think I played any. I ain't even played Alien Isolation. I've seen plenty of people play Alien Isolation, but I haven't even played Alien Isolation. Maybe I'll do that near spooky season. I mean, I guess people are going to argue we're already in spooky season, but I'll do it. Maybe I'll do in October. I'll do some Alien Isolation. But I haven't played any of the Alien versus Predator games. Calioth with a $10 says, my countrymen in the UK embarrassed the legacy of the Empire. Glad I'm far enough out of the line of succession to not matter. Ever played Backroom Company? Yes, we've done it on Sunday Funday. Repo Black Backroom style, maybe fun Sunday Funday one day. We've done it on Sunday Funday. We've done it on Sunday Funday. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun for Sunday Funday. It's a really good game for Sunday Funday. How many times can I say Sunday Funday? Mikey Gusler with a $5 says, remember when JD Vance called out the censorship in the UK and they mocked him with a screen of his meme face? Guess he was the one in the right. Yeah, he called that out, and then he went to visit the UK, and then somebody, I don't know who, but somebody had purchased a van that would go around the place that he was staying in with his meme face on. I'm sure that learned him. I'm sure he was mortified about that. I can't say that analogy. It's horrific. But let's just say it's rich, as we would say here. It's rich. Spiderfinger with a $5 says, stand and fight, old boy. It's Yorkshire tea straight off the kettle. Is what it is, just as it should be. At the end of the day, rule Britannia. Well, Britannia doesn't rule the waves anymore. In actual fact, boatloads of doctors and nurses are coming in daily from France, and we're joining in. Mikey Gusler with a $5 says, I know people who think someone shouldn't Minecraft an intruder in their home because it's just objects that can be easily replaced. That's crazy. Well, if it's Mikey, I mean, I'm sure you'll agree with me here. If it's objects that are easy to acquire, then don't break into somebody's home to get them. And they're your objects that you acquired, not anyone else. An Englishman's home is his castle. And if your castle is attacked, then you have every right to defend it from the enemy. That's my stance. And that's what my stance would be government-wise as well. Somebody attacks your home, you have every right to fucking defend yourself at all costs. D Breezy with a $10 says, for the house. Only if the house is located in a place that has a Second Amendment. And D Breezy, you probably heard me last week, but thank you for the PayPal last week, dude. Appreciate you, Dad. Calioth with a $2 says, the plan, revolt happens, elite will lead the pleb. Well, look what happened in France eventually when the elite just got too disconnected. When the people were starving and Mary Antoinette was there, let them eat cake. What happened then? Well, there's this thing called the guillotine that was brought in, and a lot of those elites kind of lost their heads. At the end of the day, it is what it is. That's wild, right? Right? Mikey Gustler with a $5 says, all governments hate that a middle class exists because they know they won't be reliant on them and the middle class keeps them in check. Well, yeah, I mean, that's just it. If you need to have a group of people that's constantly dependent on you to validate your necessity to exist. Middle class is self-sufficient. It's got money. It's got property. No. You just want people to butt out your life. Less government, the better. Mikey Gustler with $5 says, I know people who think that no one should own firearms because they don't need them. And if they need help, then just rely on the authorities. No. Because if your authority, well, obviously not saying no to you, if your authority is corrupt, then the Second Amendment right allows you the ability to fight back. Look what happened when Australia gave their guns up. Look what happened when the UK gave up their guns. Look what happened. Australia's becoming as bad as the UK. What, isn't it weird that Canada, UK, and Australia are all in massive fucking trouble right now? And what do these three countries have in common? Oh, wait, they're part of the Commonwealth. Canada, Australia, UK. That's the Commonwealth. Part of the Commonwealth, the biggest three in the Commonwealth. What a coincidence. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Now they're trying to turn the whole of Australia into a gulag, which I'm not necessarily saying is a bad thing. Because that's how it started off. And it's always nice when people return back to their roots and remember where they came from. All jokes aside, though, isn't it strange? Isn't it queer? Isn't it queer? And Mikey Gustler with another $5 says, Jeff Daniels said that if you voted for Trump, then he hopes that you lose a lot of your money. Such love from the empathetic side. There's no tolerant side. The tolerant side want you dead if you don't comply. That's not tolerance. There's nothing tolerant about that in the slightest. But again, it's all projection. It's all projection and gaslighting. If we call ourselves tolerant and try and implant that, embed that, meanwhile we act absolutely antithetical to tolerance, we'll just gaslight them. We're the party of love and tolerance and understanding. And if you fucking say anything that we don't like, we will fucking destroy you. It's called gaslighting. There's no empathetic side. An empathetic side doesn't mind engaging in conversation. These people don't want conversation. They want capitulation. America's now got a system that if you voted for the man with the orange fucking skin, then it doesn't matter why you voted for him. It doesn't matter if you voted for him because maybe you get better taxes in your state, maybe you get better education, better facilities. It doesn't matter because you voted for said orange man, ergo you are all already fucking, well, what was it fucking Destiny said? That fucking freaky weirdo piece of fucking shit. It's just like, maybe we should genocide the whole of the fucking right. There is people who are more centralist, they're being grouped. But put it this way, anything that's right of far left fucking freak is now a alt-right fucking Yahtzee. These people are insane. There's no fucking reasoning with them. And they're absolutely, you should never fucking bow down to them, never capitulate to them, and just laugh in their fucking face. But when you're moderate fucking leftists are talking about genociding a whole, fuck me. You're dealing with lunatics, absolute fucking lunatics. People that can't even tell you what a man or a woman is anymore. People that believe that mutilating children under the age of 18 is progression. But you can't have a gun, and you can't have a tattoo, and you can't drink alcohol, and you can't smoke cigarettes or anything like that, because you're not developed enough to make these decisions. These are adult decisions. But, however, you can decide whether or not you're a boy or girl. Lunatics. Loonies. Crazy. Not to be taken seriously. Flopsicle has been a member for 10 months. It's only a matter of time before the world gets a Batman and he'll be a Brit. Oh, mercy. Calioth with a $5 says climate change has a plan for Earth's farts via volcanoes. It's called eating insects, moving below ground and becoming Morlocks. Wait, that's a movie. Yes. H.G. Wells, The Time Machine. Great book. Great movie as well, by the way. Was it the Edo and the Morlocks? Yeah, the flesh-eating Morlock. Yeah, that's what they are. That's what they fucking are. It is a great film. The Eloy. That's it. The Eloy. Draconic Ice Mage has been a member for 24 months. Is the Edo, aren't they the ones from Justice, from that Star Trek Next Generation episode Justice? Draconic Ice Mage with the membership for 24 says, hey Laz and chat, been a while, hope you're well. Anything you're looking forward to playing / watching? Well, I'm currently playing Hell Is Us, and it's great. I want to do more of that tomorrow, guys. Didn't get the chance to yesterday. I was really, I was worn out yesterday. Absolutely worn out. But yes, I want to do some more Hell Is Us, get it finished tomorrow. And then when I finished Hell Is Us, Kronos, maybe look at playing some Kronos. And Draconic Ice Mage dropping a 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Draconic Ice Mage. Brujo with a 5 Australian says, we are hassled for high per capita CO2. Migration turns low per capita emitters into high emitters. Climate change proves migration is bad. But again, there's only 0.04%. And the fucking plants need it to fucking produce oxygen for us. They just don't want us to live. That's the problem. They don't want us to live. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure with a $5 says, I once asked a Brit what's the difference between a Southern Scotsman and a Northern Englishman, and he replied, Hadrian's Wall. Correct. John Q Ghost as with a $10 super sticker. Which one's that? Which one's that? I'm trying to find it. John Q. I'm trying to find it. Where is? I can't see it. Can't see which one it is, dude. Can't see which one it is. David, thank you, man. I'll get to you, David. You generous bastard. Jaded Fett with a $20 is for the free as fund. I mean, we jest, but we kind of don't. Thank you, Jaded Fett. Roller Coaster gifting 5 memberships to the stream as well. Roller Coaster, thank you. Crimson Shadow with a £3 fist bump. Crimson Shadow always does a fist bump. Super sticker, thank you, Crimson Shadow. Draconic Ice Mage with the $5 is hopefully you guys get things under control before too long, good sir. Hope you stay safe and well. Well, if we can at least force a general election, at least that gives us an opportunity. But Labour need to do as much. They want to do as much damage as possible in the limited time they have, because it's quite obvious they will never get voted back in if there was a general election. The Beast with a $10 says, aloha, my brother. I think it's time to dump the tea in the harbour and light the beacons. The people of Britain call for aid for the bail fund, and as always, remain blessed. Thank you, The Beast. Yeah. I think it is time to light the beacons against these fucking weirdos. Is the Houses of Parliament a beacon? Asking for Guy Fawkes. Asking for Guy Fawkes. Guido Fawkes. American Patriot has become a member. Thank you, American Patriot. Appreciate you. Dark Knight Rider with a $2 says global cooling was the world ender in the 1970s. Yeah, it went from global cooling to global warming to climate change. And I am a climate change believer because that is the history of the fucking planet. It's always changing the climate. Royston Parker's been a member for 26 months. Thank you, Royston. Mr. Gruland has been a member for 47 months as protest in England, 13th of September. And there's election in Norway tomorrow. It's Sweden that you need to worry about. I think Norway's okay, but it's Sweden they're fucked. Bob the Lobster with a £6.69 says, as you know, they are talking about banning kettles now. They can be used as weapons. Was it the WEF, the unelected fucking spectre of our planet? We need James Bond to go and fucking blow them all away. But not Daniel Craig's soy Bond, an actual man. Anyway, they want to ban coffee. They want to ban coffee. Try and take people's coffee away from them. I fucking dare you. Boiling kettles. Then people just put fucking... You can't... Wasp69 with a $2 is my second attending ad stream. Stay salty. It's the only... Sweet and salty, that's me. I'm sweet and salty popcorn, Wasp. That's who I am. Sweet and salty popcorn. Brass Monkey! Loaf... with a $10. Thank you, Brass Monkey. Boobies. Hangry is Angry has been a member for 41 months. Hangry is Angry. Thank you. Joe C with a $2 says, as do you go dogging with trannies? Not on a Sunday. Not on a Sunday. Sunday is my day of rest. David Harvey with a $100 super chat. Freedom, quote, by the way, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. President Ronald Reagan, keep spouting common sense, boss. Thank you, David. But it's oh so true. It's amazing how many people are so willing to give up their freedoms. It's so bizarre. But like I said, there's a bunch of people that are spouting, communism, socialism, Marxism, ideology. It's not that they believe in that ideology. It's that they're bone fucking idle. It's that they're lazy fucking parasites on society that think that the government should just hand them fucking money so they can do fuck all. That's what it truly is. And it comes in the guise of things like socialism and communism. But it's just bone idle laziness. They don't want to contribute. They just want fucking to sit back, relax, and let fucking government funds just pay for them to do fucking everything. And they will be the foot soldiers of the stupid. Because they are the foot soldiers of the retarded. Jeff Strong with a membership for 35 says, when's the debut of Menacor stream going to be scheduled? Yes, we must do the second part. I've got all the vehicles ready. Well, apart from Motormaster. Because we've got to do Motormaster and then combine it into Menacor. I will sort it, Jeff. But I promise you one thing, Jeff. It will all be done on stream. I will not do it off stream. I tell you what, after this stream, I'll order a second camera so that I can set up a second camera system so I can have it pointing down here, that one on me, this one pointing down, so we can do that. And I'll sort something, mate. I'll sort something. So we'll get another camera and we'll do a dual camera stream for putting Menacor together. John Gibson has been a member for 19 months. John, thank you very much indeed, dude. Komatsu Prime with a £2 says, I'm claiming asylum in the US. Anyone got a room? I joked, and I put it in inverted commas because is it really a joke? That it's probably not going to be too long until British, actual British people, you know, start seeking asylum in fucking other countries. We're gonna start seeing the first British asylum seekers out of the fucking UK. So I say it's a joke, but is it really? Is it really though? Is it really? I can see it happening. John Quest with a
$50 super sticker
of a
$50 super sticker
of a pair going crazy in a city. Everyone does need a backup plan. Poland's looking rather good right now. Poland's looking real good right now. You know, apart from the German invasion potential, but you know, John, massive thank you. Big fat fiddy. Big fat fiddy. Co-op with a $5 says, Az, I'm going to miss you. But on a happy note, I hear Jay is ready to step up. Jay's never ready to step up. Never. No. Bill Jones with a $5 says, chemically sterilizing people under 18. Where have I seen this before? Oh, yeah, eugenics. Yes. Yes. Will Poland let Americans in? Probably, yeah. Yeah. They're just not like they're not letting a certain religious group of people in. That's what they're doing. Yeah, it's yeah, dude. There is so much history repeating itself, Bill. And now, of course, it's I'd say it's voluntary, but it's more via proxy, Munchausen via proxy, because of things like social media. What's the best way to get some social media points? What's the best way to get a nice dopamine hit? And Christian in the straight white male, I'm fine. No, the Christian bit, fine. Poland ain't got any problem with that at all. But yeah, it's we live in a sad state of affairs where parents are using their children to get essentially to gain clout is how the kids would express it, to gain clout. But America's got a huge problem with medicating children. I think America's got a big pharmacy problem in general. It's had a big pharmacy problem for a long time, like a few decades now, probably at least going back to the 80s, where pharmacies looking for lifelong customers, and the kids are being put on medications that kids should never fucking be on. The only time I was medicated as a kid is if I had a fucking cold. and I got some Lemsip, you know. Or if you got a viral infection, you'd get some just amoxicillin to kill the infection. But you know, you weren't living off what they're living off. Fucking kids on antidepressants. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? You got kids on all kinds of different medications. No wonder they're all fucked up and fucking autistic and shit. There is a huge medication problem in the US. Huge. And the problem is, you know, the biggest problem is, of course, that pharmacy and government are in collusion with each other. Because you don't get politicians that come into power in debt, and 6 years later they're worth 30 million when they're on a wage of what, about $175,000 a year as a government representative. You don't gain 30 million in 6 years by getting 175,000 a year. That is called corruption. That is lobbying. It's bullshit. And that's why it'll always be allowed to happen, because get rich quick. Get rich quick. Get into government. Get fucking paid. David Harvey with a
20 gifted motions
to the stream. David, massive thank you again, dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. DD67 with a 50 Brazilian. What do you think of Nolan's Odyssey? Have idea on budget, etc. I don't know what the Odyssey. Odyssey budget. Let's have a look. The budget is approximately 250 million production budget. We'll see. I mean, you know, I've only seen that very basic trailer at the cinema, so I haven't seen anything to really comment off. When there's a proper trailer, we'll get to see then, but until we see something properly, you know, nothing really to comment on at the moment. And no, Gary, kids are not accessories. Children should not be weaponized, but they are. Sula Felix with a 2 Australians says the carbon elites want to get rid of us humans. Yeah, the carbon that they want to get rid of is us. That's the carbon that they do want to get rid of. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Rochtier with a €10 says, hi, Az. I'm new here and watching from Germany. Love hearing you rant about your government. I love the UK and hate what they're doing to you. I hate what's going on in Germany right now, dude. We're not far behind you with that satanic EU on our necks. Exactly. Exactly. Germany's in big trouble right now as well. Well, Europe is in general. Europe is falling like fucking dominoes. Falling like fucking dominoes right now. So all my best to you, dude. All my love to you. Because you got enough on your plate over there. Draconic Ice Mage with a $5 says, any interest in Jump Space? It used to be known as Jump Ship, and I imagine it'd be a good Sunday fun day game. Let's have a look. Jump Space. 1 to 4 co-op. Let's have a look. Oh. Looks interesting, dude. I'm going to add it to my wish list. Okay, I've added it to my wish list so I know it's there. Looks interesting. Looks interesting. Sushi Oishi with a $10 says, hang in there, man. Don't let the UK scare you too much. Try living here, mate. Try living here. Teddy has been a member for 40 months. Thank you, Teddy. Higgs with a $2 says, at least Oasis are back together. Yay. I've never really liked them, the Gallagher brothers. They've always been a massive fucking bunch of bellends. Veroni's been a member for 23 months. Thank you, Veroni. Rogue Thought with the $5 says, the Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Thomas Jefferson. Good times breed weak because it's breed hard times. Good times breed soft leaders and whatnot. Komatsu Prime with a £5 says, my girlfriend is a US UK dual citizen. I'm a West Yorkshire lad from the Brap. We've talked about moving stateside in the next 5 years as it's a hot mess. Yes, it is. Louisiana at least has great food, music, culture. If the world falls, we'll go down dancing. Just like on the Titanic. Let the music play. Brett Lifers has been a member for 14 months. Brett, thank you. And Brett dropping 5 gifted memberships into the stream as well. Thank you, Brett. You're a solid. Calioth with a $2 says 48-year-old American been on medication since birth. Yikes. Brocky Man with a $10 says, what I don't understand is why the UK population is so passive. Is it a form of mass hysteria or white guilt? I've heard y'all don't like to cause a fuss, but geez. Oh, fusses are being caused. But due to things like the Online Safety Act of 2023, a lot of the reporting behind it is being censored. Are the mainstream medias reporting on it? No. They're keeping quiet about a lot of this. They're keeping quiet about a lot of the protests because they are also in collusion with government. So it's all the big fucking thing. But yeah, things have been kicking off here for a bit. There's been a lot of protests going on. And they are very much trying to keep a lot of this quiet. But they're not going to be able to keep the big ones quiet. A lot of this stuff is only managing to get any traction on social media or the internet because people are recording it with their phones. Because the news are not reporting on it. Keep the public ignorant, and they'll never know. Drexkin with a $10 says, I'm looking forward to the PC police getting a dose of reality when they go and try to stop football fans chanting because they might get hurt. Fifis. Well, I think wasn't there a match yesterday where the crowd was just chanting Starmer's a wanker? Yeah, try and arrest those footballers. Was it at Wembley? When England played yesterday that the crowd were chanting Starmer's a wanker? It was something like that. But he is a wanker. So there you go. Bob the Lobster with a £10 says the UK government is thinking about moving economic migrants from hotels to actual army barracks now. Think about that. What? They're going to arm them? And they are, but you said the right term. They are economic migrants. These aren't asylum seekers. They're economic migrants. They've come to the UK because it pays much better, and then they'll send all their money back home where it doesn't go into the economy here. Just they'll send it back home. Well, they'll get a much better quality of life back home where it's like gazillion times cheaper. Andrew Fay with a $20 says, as while watching a stream of protests in the UK, I heard the crowd chanting, boring. When a brave man takes a stand, the spines of others will often stiffen. Truth will always float in time. Yeah, that'll have absolutely nothing to do with anything to do with me. But Yeah, but a lot of people getting a lot of sicker stuff. It's going to be interesting this March at 13th of September. Somebody said the date was. It's going to be interesting to see what coverage, what media coverage that has. It's going to be interesting. Des Roma gifting 5 memberships to the stream. Des Roma, thank you. And Malcolm Tucker gifting 5 memberships to the stream. Thank you, Malcolm. Now, fuckity by the way, Malcolm Tucker's the man we need right now. Who thought we'd be saying that? Malcolm Tucker's the man we fucking need right now to whip these fucking weirdos into shape. The US Open asked broadcasters to avoid crowd reactions to Trump. I mean, I like Trump, but since when do we stop people reacting to leadership? Because it's rent-free, Jane. It's rent-free in fucking people's heads. The broken. It'll be 5 years' time. They'll be saying that in 1930s Germany, Donald Trump rose up with his bud Adolf. And they'll be trying to fucking change the history books to fucking add that in. They're that fucking mental. Brocky Man with a $10 says, I mean, more as in, how did it get this bad? There are reports about coming about the St. George flag, the Scottish girl defending herself. It just hurts my heart to see the elites destroy a nation. This is all relatively, it's happening in relatively quick time. It's happening in relatively quick time. I mean, particularly the UK, which has always been very patriotic, particularly when it's come to like sporting events, World Cups, Olympics, stuff like that. Very patriotic. And now people being told to take down their St. George's crosses and their Union Jacks, people getting arrested for displaying the Union Jack in public. By the way, you're absolutely fine to be waving the Palestinian flag around. You won't get touched for that. So again, I ask you, who actually has the freedoms in this country and who doesn't? If I displayed a Union Jack or a St. George's cross outside my window on my house, what do you think the bets are that I'd get a fucking knock from the police asking me to take it down? But again, yeah, if it was a fucking pride flag or a BLM flag, what do you think? Do you think they'd do anything? Nah. Or is it a fucking Palestinian flag? Or think anything would happen? No. Malcolm Tucker with a 34-month membership. Miss me, don't you? Yeah, fucking hell. In the Thick of It was just the best fucking comedy, man. Sula Felix with a 2 Australian says Tommy Robinson is a patriot. And that's caught us up. Holy shit, that went on. I'll send you an American. Just send me a huge flag of Trump's face. I'm not the biggest Trump fan or anything like that. It's just I do love making people go fucking insane, though. You can't do that. Oi, oi, oi. I've got some cool neighbors. My neighbor would just go, what's all that about? What's all that about? And I'd just be like, yeah. Oh, just winding people up, mate. Don't worry about it. Yeah, okay. Ginger Adventure with a $1 video. Thank you, Ginger Adventure. Right, let's have a couple of little things. Let's have a couple of other little things. My God. One doesn't usually delve in politics. However, today you got it. But, you can tell when things are out of hand when even I'm fucking having a whinge about politics. Starfield, yay. Remember, this game came out 2 years ago. It's dead. Came out 2 years ago. It's been 2 years ago since some guy had a little bit of a conversation about it. And this is the state of Starfield. This is the history of Starfield, folks, in the 2 years that it's been out. So this is the early access. Okay. So this is when the early access started. And then I didn't get onto the early access until the 1st. So there's pre-access, then early access here, right? And then that's the launch day. Or the day after. So it peaked like after a couple of days of release or after a day of release. 330,723. There it is. There it is. Right? And ever since then, it just fell off a cliff. Less than, what was that? That is the 4th of September. By the middle of November, it's down to 30. It's lost 90% of its audience. Within a month and a half. This is the game, by the way, that was meant to be the next huge IP from Bethesda that was going to join the ranks of the Fallout series and the Elder Scrolls series. Fucking dead. And it died. And it died. And then what's this? This is the release of the expansion. 1 year in, the release of the expansion. It's like a 2 pump. It's like 2 pumps and he's done. Oh, baby, I want to put it in. Oh, I've come. Is that it? Yeah. And then they're falling asleep. That is the history of the game. 24-hour peak, 6.5. Players right now, just over 5. Just checking in on your Starfield, just checking in to see how you're doing. Now, to put it into context, okay? To put that into context, let's just bring up another game. Whoopsies. Let's just bring up another game. This is a game called Skyrim, okay? And this was released on the 11th of the 11th, 11. So this was released on the 11th of November, 2011. I remember the day that I bought the game. I've told the story many times. Let's just see how this game that is nearly 14 years old, same company is doing, only peaked at 70,000 because, you know, that was the nature of the game. But let's just have a look because it came out on PC, you know, okay, 2017, you know, that's when the charts start. But there is currently 25,740 people playing it. Working on an average concurrent 24-hour peak of 25,849. There is 5 times more people playing a 14-year-old game than there is their new great space epic. 5 times the amount. Five times the amount. Somebody said, can you show the No Man's Sky? No Man's Sky. Let's have a look. No Man's Sky. Let's have a look at their stats, shall we? Boom. So currently in the game right now, nearly 108,000 people currently in the game right now, with an average concurrent peak of 108,000 people. Big spike here. Was there an update here? But even here, July, 15,000, 43, 21, 43, 54. So even, this is from 23 to 24. So even then, it's still doing way more than fucking than Starfield. Now, they've said that, that they are looking to release annual expansions for Starfield. Annual expansions. Oh, but there isn't one this year. Okay? There isn't one in 2025. The next one's going to come in 2026. Is the annual expansions of the Dead game. So can they redo the whole fucking game? Who knows? But looking good, Skyrim. Looking good there, buddy. Looking healthy. Now let's just have a little bit of a chit chat about Peacemaker. So I'm watching Alien Earth, and I get a text. From Gary, and he texts me and he says, "Have you watched Peacemaker yet?" And I said, "Yeah." This is my response. "Yeah, James Gunn has a massive cock fetish. The only place the DCU is going is up his wife's vagina." Because the currently, after how many episodes? 3 episodes of Peacemaker? Currently, the story is everything revolves around James Gunn's wife. That's the story. That's the whole story and nothing but the story. She's the center of the fucking universe. This bland fucking mid as fuck character. But you see, everyone wants to fuck her. Joel Kinnaman's fucking her. Peacemaker was fucking her. But now they're not. They're all just trying to get back into her knickknacks. Anyway, I've said underneath, I said to Gary, the whole show revolves around her. And then Gary says, "Did you notice something about the alt dimension?" And I gotta say, I'm trying to pay as least fucking attention to Peacemaker as possible because I'm checked out because it's just shite. It's unfunny. It looks like it's improvised shit, improvised crap. And it is fucking embarrassing. And I said, not really. And he said, does it look like the alt dimension? Does it look like the alt dimension is just white guys? And then Gary texts immediately back and goes, "Oh no, I saw a black guy. I saw left it." So Gary and I start talking about Alien Earth, retards in space. And then he comes back and he goes, "Oh, wait, no. The guy is white. He's not black. He's white. He's just had a little bit of a tan. But he was white." And so he's gone back looking. And this dimension, this parallel dimension, pocket dimension or whatever, that Peacemaker's gone in, that everything's working out great for him. Everything. James Gunn's wife wants to fuck him. His older brother's alive. His dad's alive and a nice guy. And everywhere Peacemaker goes, people are like, "Yay, Peacemaker, yay, we love you." Women are fucking flashing the tits at him. Don't worry. There hasn't been a nice pair of tits in this whole show. And so he loves it, and he keeps saying, best dimension ever. He keeps saying best dimension ever. Loves it. His life in the other dimension is shite, and everything's working out from here. The sun's shining, the streets are clean. People are cheering as they beat the criminals. but there doesn't seem to be anyone but white people. Now, we're speculating that the twist is going to be that the terrorists that were killed in this episode were actually they're terrorists because they're fighting for the rights of the ethnic people who are being either gulagged or segregated away or something. And it's going to turn out that they're actually the good guys. And this is a world full of bad guys because they want their ethno state or whatever. But you got to say to yourself, if the way of showing your ethno state is that this is a clean, functioning, working society, then I think you're not giving out the right message if you want to push a multicultural angle. But it looks like the big villain in Peacemaker is racism. It's racism. So what's going to happen? Peacemaker's going to fight against his brother, fight against his dad, fight against everybody to push for this integration, this multicultural integration. And then what happens? Does the rape fucking stats go up by... sorry, I was just looking at the UK rape stats in the last 20 years. Sorry, my bad. How would you do that? How do you do that? So what they're going to do, and by the way, Superman is making an appearance in this show this season. Because the behind the scenes of David Cornsweat in his Superman costume have already been released. Officially released as well. Not leaked, but officially released. John Cena and David Cornsweat on set. Cena in his otherworldly shitty paisley t-shirts and tight leather pants, and Cornsweat in his full Superman costume. Just imagine though, Gary, if the Cornsweat Superman was from the alternate dimension, and he was making sure that the borders stay. I'm fighting for truth, white people, in the American way. Just imagine if that happened, Gary. If the Superman cameo was actually in the alternative dimension. Oh, no. Peacemaker is not for kids. No. James Gunn said it's not for kids, but all the kids that just watched the Superman movie, and the reason that we pushed Superman from the cinemas into streaming because it wasn't making the money that we wanted it to. You need to watch this to find out the direction of the DCU going forward. But don't let your kids watch it because there's gay orgies and so, you know, this is apparently what we've got to watch and what we've got to be aware of for the DC going forward. Okay. Superman was already on sale for streaming. Never mind at the fucking cinema. Here, do you want to see the stats of Superman at the cinema right now? Remember when it came out the opening weekend, and I used the opening week, and on the opening week I used the stats of the opening week to project where I think Superman's going to land. And I said I think it's going to land at 620 mil worldwide. That's where it's going to land. Well, this is Superman right now, 614, right? Oh, it's gonna beat 620 then, is it? No, it's not. Do you know why? Because it's making 50 fucking bucks a day now. It made it made less than $1 million. It made around about $1 million this whole weekend. 59 days in, it's not making any money now. It's not. It's dried up. It's dried up. It's not making any more. It's going to peter out at between this and 620. So spot on. And why was it spot on? Is it because I'm some fucking Nostradamus? No, it's not because I'm some kind of Nostradamus. It's because when you see how the cinema operates, when you see how it works, and you can see what the drop-off is, you can work out in your brain, because God gave us one of these, you can work out in your brain where things are going to fucking land. Merch sells out, though. Does it? Does it? Merch sells out? Does it? Which merch? Which merch is selling out? Please tell me. I'd love to know which merch is selling out. There's nearly 100 million gap as well between the international box office and the domestic box office now. 93 million gap. Internationally, flopped miserably. Couldn't even do more than The Man of Steel 12 years ago. And we were talking about, I'm joining in with the sarcasm, dude. I'm joining in with the sarcasm. Because I'm hearing people say stupid stuff like, well, the merch sales were... What? The nebulous merch sales that you can never give a figure for and have no fucking idea what it is? And what's selling? Is it the Superman fucking selling James Gunn, or is it just Superman merch in general that's selling? Because that sells well anyway. It's called Cope. It's called fucking Cope. It's what it's called. But I remember distinctly back in the day when Man of Steel came out, people were talking about how it was very disappointing at the cinema. And that was back in 2013. Man of Steel underperformed at the cinema. But somehow in 2025, a movie... Get rid of this fucking... Get out of here. The fucking retard crying about fucking sarcasm doesn't even fucking understand sarcasm back. Fucking bellend. Jesus fucking Christ. Ask for some money for Christmas so you can buy yourself a fucking brain cell, dickwad. So somehow in 2025, 614 million worldwide, which is less, by the way, than 930 million, which is what Man of Steel would equate to in today's day and age, is a roaring success. Roaring success. That's called gaslighting, and it's called bollocks, right? So this is where Superman's landed. Now then, Peacemaker, the huge Peacemaker that everybody loves. Everybody's loving Peacemaker. Peacemaker's amazing. Angry Joe, 9 out of 10. Best thing ever. Best thing since I changed my Superman review from 6 out of 10 to 8 out of 10 because I got pressured by the people in my audience because I'm a fucking flip-flopping freak. And I can't stand by my own fucking decision. And Snyder Bros or something, I don't know. Peacemaker can't even fucking chart. Can't even get into the top 10 in the streaming charts. But it's up 8%. 8% from the opening episode in season 1 to the opening episode in season 2. It's up 8%. which equated to around 700 and something thousand if you have one of those boxes, what they from the Sona, whatever it is. So this is a roaring success. What's the next fucking? I don't need to waste my time with people who are coping virtual. Tom can cope all he wants. The film's fucking garbage. It's not a good film. Not a fucking good film in the slightest. And what do we have next? We got Supergirl coming next year. Supergirl. If Superman can't even do the fucking numbers that they want it to do, what do you think Supergirl's going to do? Realistically, what do you think Supergirl's going to do? You think Supergirl's going to do, well, according to Campia, could do $1 billion. Oh, Supergirl could do $1 billion. What? I love Robert Marbonette. And I need to put that disclaimer there because I do love Robert. 850 million, he said it could do. No, Robert, no. This will be lucky to do 400. I think if it does 400, that's where I could see it topping out. But the thing is, if the movie is utter crap, it might not even hit 300 if the movie's just crap. You've just recently had Supergirl in a movie, The Flash, which had Michael Keaton as Batman. And what did that end up with? What did The Flash end up with? Oh, dear God. Dear God. 271.5 million worldwide. 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 And that had Michael Keaton's Batman, Supergirl, and Ezra Miller as Flash. And you'd think just with Michael Keaton, I thought Michael Keaton Batman, that's gonna bring in people. I predicted that this was gonna do 750 million at the worldwide box office. I thought this would do about 750. 271.5 million. There was no interest either in what was left of this universe or Ezra Miller. But there wasn't any there even wasn't any interest, unfortunately, for Michael Keaton's Batman. Yeah, Nostradamus failing fucking miserably on that prediction. How much do you think it's going to do? I reckon it's going to do about 750 mil worldwide. Oh, 271 it did. Let me show you another film. This is the sequel to Captain Marvel that did over $1 billion. Did it do over $1 billion because everybody was so excited for Brie Larson's Captain Marvel? No, of course it didn't. It was because it was sandwiched between the two biggest fucking movies of Marvel's fucking career, Infinity War and Endgame. And so it got an amazing rub, particularly when it was teased at the end of Infinity War that Captain Marvel was actually going to play a big role before going into Endgame. No, in actual fact, this After Captain Marvel came out and made $1 billion, the reaction to her was actually so visceral that they seriously nerfed her appearance in Endgame. She barely made a fucking appearance in it. I've never seen this. I've never seen Captain Marvel. I really don't have any intention of. But this movie, less than 200 million world, or some reports are it's just over 200. I think Box Office Mojo has it at just over 200 million worldwide. But let's just say, for argument's sake, give or take, 200 million worldwide. This type of thing can happen. If something is very poorly received, it can happen. Now, this was an absolute pile of fucking steaming dog shit. Even Marvel knew this, and even Marvel were laughing about it during parties at New York Comic Con. Because I had a friend who was in the party. And they were literally openly discussing the film. And this is before it came out. Openly discussing the film and laughing about it. And they were saying that when this was shown internally, they kept having to cut it and cut it and cut it. And they ended up cutting it to an hour and a half from about 2 hours and 10 minutes. It went from 2 hours and 10 minutes to about an hour and a half. And they said the term, we need to skate quick over thin ice. In other words, they knew that this was going to be a fucking disaster before it came out. And it was absolute fucking hot garbage. Now, some people like Tom King's writing. They're called fucking weird. And some people don't. A lot of people don't. This is quite interesting as well. When I was away from the UK, I visited a very nice comic book store. Well, I went to a few, but there was one that I liked to do my shopping in, and there was one that I wanted to visit because it was this really cool, nice comic store. And there were nice people in there, so I'm not trying to disparage anyone, but let's just say they were very liberal, okay, and very hippie-ish and very liberal. And I was just looking at some of the comics, and I saw a Tom King comic, and I picked it up. I think it was a Tom King Wonder Woman. And I picked it up, and I verbally out loud just went, ugh. Right? And one of these lovely liberal hippie people, he was just like, oh, what have you got? And I was like, oh, I went, oh, it's Tom King. And he went, oh, yeah, I understand. Even he didn't fucking like Tom King. Even he didn't like fucking Tom King. He fully understood. He knew. So Tom King is very, very, well, let's just say an acquired taste would probably be the best description. An acquired taste. Now, women love themselves some Jason Momoa, yeah? Love themselves some Jason Momoa. So Jason Momoa being in this as Lobo could be good thing, right? Could be. How did Jason Momoa's latest Aquaman movie do? Huh? Aquaman 2. How did Aquaman 2 do at the cinema? Let's just have a look. See, but come on, quicken up. You're going to make me going to go to Box Office Mojo now. Here we go. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Box Office Mojo doing its thing. Here we go. Worldwide gross 440 mil. The first movie over $1 billion. Domestically, only 124.5 mil. Internationally, which represented 71.7% of its box office, 350. So if it had the same domestic as international, it would have been even worse. But 440 mil. So realistically, particularly with the reaction to Superman, realistically, do you see Supergirl doing $1,850,000,000? I would say with love to Robert, but absolutely zero respect to John Campea, who's a fucking bellend, you're living in La La Land. Absolute fucking La La Land. Right now, I'd say if Supergirl hits 400 million, it would have done better than I fucking expected. But I just don't see it. Women are just as sick of girl bosses as men are. And Tom King is the most depressing fucking writer out there. The guy's got mummy issues coming out of his fucking anus. All his guys, all his males are fucking subservient, depressed, fucking, oh, yes, mummy. Yes, mummy. What should I do, mummy? So if you're going to get a movie with a girl boss with fucking cucked males, women fucking hate that as much as fucking men do. Because they want to see their strong, masculine male take charge people in their films as well. So Supergirl is in absolute no means whatsoever due any money. Nobody fucking owes that film a fucking red cent. Nobody. And then after that, Clayface. Most normies haven't got a fucking clue who Clayface is. They don't have a clue. Now, could it be a cool film? Well, I mean, there could be some really cool body horror because of how Clayface, morphs into different things. Or it could be a CGI piece of shit. But it would have to be something spectacular to get into the public, the normie zeitgeist. And I mean something spectacular. Weapons at the cinema, and I like to refer to Weapons because it's a very good example, but Weapons is a really fun, good horror film. It's a good horror film which has a mystery attached to it, and it's got some really nice bits of dark humor in it as well. Low budget, 38 mil. So it had to hit about probably 85 mil to break even. Just gone over 250 million worldwide. But that's just it. It's just gone over 250 million worldwide. It's made itself a great bit of money. A great bit of money. I would say that is a realistic number for that type of well-received horror. But this Clayface movie, how much money is that going to cost to make? 150? 180 million? Because they just seem to be whamming it. Well, Conjuring's just come out this week. Yeah, and the Conjuring franchise is pretty massive, does really well. 83 million weekend. That's got nothing to do with shit. But Conjuring is an established horror franchise. DC, people are expecting superheroes. They're expecting larger than life superheroes saving the day. So if you're trying to sell Clayface, what are you trying to sell it on? Are you trying to sell it on horror? Are you trying to sell it on superhero? Are you trying to sell it on family? What are you going to try and sell it on? People don't really know who this character is, but because the script's done, let's get it out. Because apparently there's no fucking scripts. It doesn't like you can tease Batman all you want. Doesn't bring in money. Doesn't bring in money. Even if in the end credit scene or something like that, or at the end of the film, James Gunn's Batman came in. Do you know what the conversation would be? The conversation wouldn't be, oh my God, this is so cool. Batman's been introduced at the end of Clayface. The conversation would be, why isn't this a Batman film then? If you brought him in for this film, why isn't this a Batman film instead? That's what the conversation would turn into. So for Clayface to make money, I would say something spectacular's got to happen. It's either got to be the most intriguing, interesting looking fucking movie for donkey's years. Is it possible? It is possible. Is it realistic? I wouldn't say so. Not judging by what I've seen from James Gunn so far. And I know he's not writing Clayface, but if he's wanting it to fit in his universe, then I guess you got to lose about 50 IQ points immediately. So I just don't see that happening. And then what's going to be released after that? We're fast tracking Man of Tomorrow, the next time that we see Superman properly. Again. So that's going to come in 2027. So 3 of the first 4 movies are going to be super something. Superman, Supergirl, Superman again. Not a lot of choice there. Not a lot of diversity of character. And because you seem to be reliant on this super thing, you kind of pigeonholing yourself. And if people are already not gravitating massively towards this version of Superman, and you're going all in with the super aspect of it, then you're setting yourself up for a bit of fucking failure. The Conjuring came out to 83 million domestically, and it's done 104 million internationally. So the box office weekend for The Conjuring Last Rites is 187 million opening weekend. Not massively behind Fantastic Four. That's how weird that is. That's not massively behind fucking Fantastic Four. On FNT, we looked at the announcement of the James Gunn verse. When he first announced it a few years ago, we looked at the announcement and we looked at what the films were. And the first film was Superman Legacy, which became Superman. because Superman Legacy was a fucking stupid name. Because you can't have a legacy when you're just starting. You develop a leg. Anyway, he changed it from Superman Legacy to Superman, right? Okay. Well, James Gunn's Superman. Superman's James Gunn. The second movie that came out was meant to be The Authority. That's scrapped. The third film that was meant to come out was Brave and the Bold. Batman, Brave and the Bold. That's not coming out. It's not coming out for a while. It's not coming out for years. Because they're just going to start filming The Batman 2 in April next year. So James Gunn can't put his Batman into production because that would mean they'd be coming out at the same time and you'd have two different Batman. Then the movie after that was meant to be Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which is now Supergirl. And the next Superman film's called Man of Tomorrow. And then the movie after that was meant to be Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing. And that is now just completely fucking changed. So this is why I get so fucking annoyed with we're taking over, we're the new heads of the DCU, and this is our vision going forward. But it's not, is it? Because you haven't got a fucking clue. Because your vision of what you wanted to do didn't come to pass. It didn't even happen. Which proved that you clearly didn't have the vision because that's what you wanted to do. And I've said this many, many times before. How about you just make one good film and see what happens after that? Because the way that movies seem to be fast-tracked nowadays, you had the option to do something then. Good luck. Good luck. Boobies. You're gonna fucking need it. The thing, right, dude, it's interesting you should say that. Imagine, right, if Supergirl does flop and Clayface flops and Man of Tomorrow does average at best, right? And then the Batman 2 comes out and the Batman 2 does 700, 750 again. The same as the first one. Then you're just like, wait a minute, Matt Reeves' movies are doing better than Gunn's. Matt Reeves' TV show on the Penguin did gangbuster on fucking figures. This DCU needs a hit. And it hasn't got one. This Superman hasn't been a hit. You can like it all you want. You can hate it all you want. Or you can have absolutely no feeling about it whatsoever. But it's not a hit. Because you can't disparage one movie from 12 years ago and say it failed, it underperformed, and then say one which doesn't even touch those numbers to be a success, pretty much the same budgets. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but you're just full of shit. And you're gaslighting. So it hasn't had a hit. Is Supergirl going to be that hit? No, I really don't think so. Is Clayface going to be that hit? I don't see Clayface doing what Joker did. Joker is a very recognizable character, a very known character, even to normies. Clayface isn't. So that would have to, again, there would have to be something absolutely unbelievable hook-wise about that film. Could happen, but I think highly unlikely. And then going back to Superman again, which is going to be Man of Tomorrow, by the way, which is going to be another ensemble movie. Good luck, Jimmy. Good luck. I feel you're gonna need it. I feel you're gonna need it. Right, let's finish off these super duperies. Casual Sadism has been a member for 10 months. Thank you, Casual Sadism. David Frederickson with a $10 says, morning, brother. Got into a car accident May 30th. Finally got my first disability payment. Decided to spend some on MP stuff. Nice. Star Toys Blitzwing. I do have that. But in the post, my Fans Toys Blitzwing's on its way. And DX9 Sideswipe, boom, which is absolutely incredible. Should be here by Tuesday. That Star Toys Blitzwing is very affordable, and it is really good. It's currently in my collection. There he is. He's currently just over there in my collection, and he's great. My Fans Toys Blitzwing is arriving probably Tuesday of next week, Tuesday, Wednesday of this coming week, which I'm very excited for. Very excited for. But yeah, that Star Toys Blitzwing, very affordable, very good. Same with the DX Sideswipe, very affordable, best Sideswipe on the fucking marketplace. And I hope you're doing all right, brother. You know, I hope you're doing good after your car crashy poo. Not nice. Not nice. Ginger Adventure, the $5 says, he only did Justice Gang because it's his own initials. I mean, that's what some people are saying. I don't know if it is or not. But let's just say, wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility. If I was to have a bet, probably would err on the side of betting that that's why he did that. Justice Gang, JG, James Gunn, wouldn't put it past it at all. Can absolutely see that. Harry Brownhole with a 2 Canadian. Cena should say supremacist dimension. Now, what he's currently saying, greatest dimension ever, best dimension ever. And then he's going to be like, but it isn't because it is just a world of white people. So my prediction is he's going to work it out when he tries to find Amanda Waller's fat black lesbian daughter, because that's what she is. By the way, the character has no character to her whatsoever in the show. I think she's only there because she's fat, black, and a lesbian. Because in terms of a character, but there again, the guy with the beard, he's got no character either. No, I don't like his characters. Vigilante, what they've done with him this season, nothing. He's done nothing. Everyone's just trying to get into fucking James Gunn's wife's knickers. Peacemaker, season 2. Epic Reader gifting
10 memberships to the stream.
10 memberships to the stream. Thank you. Appreciate you. Seaman Nader 123 or Seaman Nader 123. The 2 Canadians says the dog in Superman was annoying big time. I thought there was going to be more crypto in it than there was, and I didn't think it was terrible with him, but there was a lot of bits where I was just rolling my eyes. It doesn't work for me, but apparently it's for kids. Now go watch Peacemaker, kids, but don't watch it, kids. But don't, because you need to find out where the DC is going next. So you need to watch it, kids, but you can't because it's not made for kids, and it's homework. Because we don't have entertainment anymore with these fucking universes. We've got fucking homework instead. The only reason I'm watching this show is so I can talk about it on FNT for Gary's benefit. Fucking Gary. Smegheads with a 5 Australian says, as you've changed, you're getting tetchy. That's exactly what I'm calling it. Tetchy. Had to throw in some Red Dwarf. All the best, mate. Thank you, Smeghead. Tetchy. Graph Webb with a $2 says, for fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. I have. Am I watching Alien Earth on Disney Plus? Yes, I am actually. Is it my account? No. I'm just using a family account. It's not my account. I cancelled it fucking ages ago. Bethany Peak has been a member for 46 months. Bethany, thank you, sweetie pie. And J Rex has become a member as well at the bard level. Thank you, J Rex. Right. Boobs. Guys and gals, kids of all ages. I'm going to leave it there for this one. I'm going to be back in just over an hour and 10 minutes with Sunday Fun Day headliners. I believe QBG's back this week as well. Because QBG was back, we were saying, are we going to play Pulsar? And then QBG was just like, I want to play headliners. So we're like, done, because I fucking love that game. Boink. I love that game. It's beautiful. It's great. So join us in about an hour and 20 minutes for some Sunday Fun Day headliners. Logan Johnson sliding in, slapping a 20 on the counter. James Gunn's Soy Boy is the antithesis of what Superman's supposed to be. I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I at least respect what he stands for, and I enjoy certain portrayals of him, especially the animated series version. Well, I mean, yeah, if you like Superman getting smacked around for 2 hours, then this is the film for you. If you want to hear Lois Lane tell Mr. Terrific that she was going to dump him, I couldn't believe it when I heard that. If you want to hear Lois Lane tell Mr. Terrific that she was going to dump Clark/Superman, then watch this film. Calioth with a $2 for the headliners only fan edition stream. Wow. Maybe. You never know. Maybe. So join us in an hour and 20 minutes for headliners for Sunday Fun Day. Massive thank you to everybody who came to watch today. Next week, I'll be streaming from the Gulag. Mods, thank you so much indeed for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, membered, remembered, gifted memberships, thank you for supporting the channel. I'll see you at 6 p.m. UK time, midday Central, for Sunday Fun Day. Until then, you take care. Goodbye, Global.